So iOS 26 Beta 2 has only been out for a couple hours now, and we've discovered quite a few additional changes since our initial video went live that I want to talk about. So just knocking out one of them if you didn't see that prior video, that is in regards to the translucent look on the control center, and you can see just how much more polished and actually saturated the colors look, making it easier to see with that additional contrast. And I think it makes it much easier to read than before. Same with notifications. I still think there's room to go, but this is definitely promising considering this is only the second beta, and hopefully words will become a little more easier to read on your notifications in another update coming in the near future. So one of the first new changes that we didn't mention is the actual addition of a new ringtone. So if you go under settings and then sounds and haptics and then ringtones, let me jump right into the line here. You'll be able to scroll through all of your ringtones if you purchased any or actually just gone to your regular default ones. And you can see there's this new arrow right next to reflections. If you click that, you'll see the default one, which is what you've known and heard for a long time. That's what that sounds like, and the new one sounds like this. I'll turn it up a little. Here's the default. And then the new Alt 1 as it's called currently. So that is the changes to the new Reflections ringtone. Alt 1 is going to be your new go-to if that's what you want for Beta 2. Default is obviously still there, like we said also. But beyond that, one thing that is somewhat surprising that I have to talk about is battery intelligence. This is something we were super excited for and was happy to see included in the first beta. However, for some reason now, it seems to have changed. So I'm going to use my little Anchor power bank here, lock the phone, and where you normally saw the remaining charge time, it is no longer popping up at all for some reason. So I'm going to go ahead and relock it. I'll even unlock it here. You can see it popped up for just a brief second, but it is not staying active. If you actually were to jump back into your settings now though, and then go to battery, you can find it here still, reading quickly, accurately, as you would expect. But when you lock the phone, it's just simply not showing consistently. It is so strange that they removed it. It seemed to be working well, but if anything, it never did consistently stay on the lock screen showing your estimated time to charge. So that's different. It's interesting. Hopefully that comes back in a future beta build where it stays consistently so you can just quickly glance and see what's going on. But right now, it's definitely not doing that. And then also when we unlock our phone and go back into settings here, one thing I do want to show you is finally live in the Wallet app, and that is package tracking. So if you scroll down to Wallet and Apple Pay here, and then all the way down, you can see you have order tracking. If you click on this, now you can see these two options here for Apple Pay. So it says orders from participating merchants will automatically be added to Wallet when you use Apple Pay. And the bigger one that obviously Chrome has had, or I should say Gmail has had for a while, is Mail Beta. And this will allow Apple Intelligence and Siri to update Wallet with your order tracking information from your emails. Again, nothing new in the world of mobile devices, but it is new in this build for Apple and iOS. So if you jump into your Wallet app now and you actually go into your settings, you can see where it says orders, and this is where it will actually pull in all your order details from anything placed in the Mail app. Now, I do have a ton of orders right now. Nothing is still showing. If you follow the channel and have seen past videos, you know this has never worked for us, even when it was just Apple order exclusives and things. But yeah, take that for what you want. At least it is now live in this beta. So we'll have to see what happens. Possibly in the third beta, we will see it working a little better. But even knowingly, when I have an order that actually just got delivered, it didn't even track during this whole process. If you are a Safari user as well, you can see some changes here under the Tabs app. So if you're regularly scrolling on Mint Mobile or anything like that, and go under here and click All Tabs, you can see this layout also does look a little different, and it's definitely cleaner from what we had in beta 1. So that is good to see as well. Always like seeing these little small tweaks to Safari. It makes it more of a pleasurable experience. Now, having said that, I don't use Safari all that much. I do think Chrome is still the go-to here, so we're going to keep using that. It's not pulling us away from using that as our default browser, but it is a change if you like Safari. One of the other just small random glitches that has been fixed as well, obviously, we've talked about it. It is now more frosted of the look on the control center, but also now if you scroll through all of this, you can see do not disturb now does not overlap with your notification. So keep in mind that is actually fixed now as well and does still look good. When you swipe those down, do not disturb and amount of notifications show perfectly and it's not overlapping in any way. And again, one other new change in settings, if you go back out of this and actually scroll to your camera, let me find that really quick. And if you jump into camera here, you can see there is a new option down here called indicators. If you click on indicators, this will give you the ability to turn on and off certain photo and video indicators here for flash, live photo, and action mode. So if you wanted to go ahead and turn this on and toggle it on, that will show an indicator in the app as well. Or for live photos, you can have that active also. I will say it is kind of weird. First off, you can see just how much smoother some of these animations are. But it is weird to see that liquid glass effect here where you have to actually not just swipe, but actually hold down and then swipe to get that animation to come to life. A little weird, but this isn't the only area that has been saturated with this look and need to hold before you see that liquid glass effect. Not a big deal, but just another call out. Nonetheless, I did want to show you guys. Aside from that, again, you can see some of these small little tweaks that have taken place in beta 2 here. I'm sure there's some more we'll discover under the surface as the week goes on. The biggest thing I can tell you guys right now, battery life seems much more stable than it did in beta 1, and just performance overall in this brief hands-on time, it is much smoother and feels more like an Apple beta that you would expect at this point in time in the game. Now, again, if you missed our prior video also in regards to the original launch of beta 2, we are fully expecting the next beta in a week, as Apple typically follows a weekly release cycle after the first and second beta. You always have that 2-week gap, which we had here from the 9th through the 23rd. The 30th should be the next one. We know we're going to get a public beta in July, and that puts it right on track for probably the 3rd or 4th beta to become the first public beta that will be released. So very curious to know if you guys downloaded this. I know a lot of people were commenting on the other post about having issues downloading it or it not showing up or just other issues in regards to liquid glass and the beta as it is. Let me know your experiences, comment down below, let us know, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.